What celebrity conspiracy theory do you absolutely, 100%, believe is true? Now, for the first comment. Dan Schneider has a kitty foot fetish. Also known as Dan, show me your feet or you'll be on the street, Schneider. Next comment. Britney Spears was having issues managing her life and fame, but they were exacerbated and encouraged by the people around her to push her into one huge public meltdown they could use to gain control over her. I remember reading stories about her assistant and manager fighting with her, hiding her phone then calling it, all while telling her it wasn't ringing, until she broke down crying. They would mess with her things then tell her she did it in some kind of fit. I remember reading something about them deliberately confusing her in public so she would look disoriented, and them pushing the drugs and alcohol on her. The ultimate diagnosis was a sham to make sure they could keep her drugged to the gills and compliant. Then again, this year, she checked into a mental health facility, and they claim she became distraught over her father's health problems. I say they forced her in because she was starting to ask for more and more independence, and not listening when they said no. So they shoved her in there to remind her who's in charge. I also don't think it's a coincidence that right around the same time, the attorney who managed the financial aspect of her conservatorship asked for a big raise then suddenly resigned. Britney has recently taken to court to ask for it to be lifted, or at least minimized. Her mother is also suing for access to Britney's medical and treatment records. Next comment. Probably not celebrities unless you're a sci-fi nerd, but L. Ron Hubbard making a bar bet with Robert Heinlein that he could start a religion. Next comment. Marilyn Monroe was done in by the CIA because of her ties to JFK. Next comment. That the government and Hollywood work together to promote completely insane conspiracy theories, specifically to protect the rich and powerful's actual secrets from getting out. Next comment. Michael Cera never agreed to be an actor. He just stumbled into it and couldn't say no due to his awkward persona. Next comment. That Adam Sandler only makes movies as an excuse to go on holiday. I mean, think about it. The movie Just Go With It has him and a fake family or something like that take a trip to Hawaii. Blended has him and his family and another family go to Africa for a holiday. Grown Ups is really just them on summer vacation. Next comment. Taylor Swift and Harry Styles' relationship was a publicity stunt to give Taylor more sales on her upcoming album and to prevent the public from figuring out that Harry isn't the 100% straight chick magnet he was marketed to be. Next comment. That Frank Sinatra, and not Woody Allen, is Ronan Farrow's biological father. I mean, look at Themyscira. Just look at Themyscira. I can't believe that there are people who still believe that Alan is Pharaoh's flesh and blood kin. Next comment. Michael Jordan was wrapped up in some bad shit with his gambling, and his first retirement was forced upon him by the NBA. Next comment. Paris Hilton is actually extremely intelligent and has a passion for restoring vintage radios. Next comment. Vin Diesel is gay. Next comment. Just the usual. OJ did it. Spacey is a diddler. Cruz thinks he's a supreme alien and South Park is a low-key major whistleblower, but deserves more credit. Next comment. Will Smith is a Scientologist. I mean, he's even been seen exiting their building. Next comment. Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, and Natalie Wood were all on Wagner's yacht, Splendor, off the coast of Catalina. They had a huge fight, the reason for which is the subject of debate. But afterwards somehow Natalie ended up in the water. Wagner knew she had the lifelong fear of water and couldn't swim, but in a drunken rage he allowed her to drown. Death was ruled accidental. Next comment. Michael Jackson was murdered. Next comment. Anna Faris has self-esteem, trust, and jealousy issues that were too large to continue the marriage with Chris Pratt. especially when she saw how close he and Jennifer Lawrence got during and after filming Passengers. You watch some of those interviews they had to promote the movie and the chemistry is insane. Jennifer had to announce that there was nothing going on between them, but come on. Watch the interviews. They're all over each other. 100% flirting and having seemingly way too much fun together to be just friends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed.